Welcome back to our session. Now we want to talk about generalities of counseling. What is counseling? Counseling is an approach for assisting people to reduce initial distress resulting from a difficult situation and to encourage short and long-term adaptive functioning or positive coping with the situation of trauma. Counseling is the fact of listening attentively to the person who has a problem and bring him or her to tell the story of the problem, to describe the feelings from that problem, and lead the person to take helpful decision from own strength and solution for that disturbing problem. Let us say that counseling in brief is the fact of listening to somebody who is telling the problem which let him do not feel well. What are the characteristics of the counselor? He is requested to have empathy, sincerity, integrity, resilience, respect, humility, competence, wisdom, courage. The specific aims of counseling. Counseling wants to assist people or clients in exploring their issues and guide them to solutions. Secondly, counseling wants to help clients become aware of the consequences of the experiences and situations they have been or are going through. Counseling is to reduce worry, anxiety, and any other negative emotion. Counseling is to accompany clients through the healing process, to guide them in their recovery and help them to adapt to difficult circumstances whenever they arise again. What happens during counseling? During counseling, the client is able to freely express his or her emotions, the feelings and thoughts in a safe, confidential environment. The counselor brings the client to put out what harmed him or her by telling the story of what happened and the emotions caused by the event. Putting out can be done by telling story orally, by writing, or by playing it as just a player, a sketch, and whatever. What are the counseling process stages? Among those stages, we have the welcoming stage. The counselor welcome the client and all of them introduce to one another. And in that stage, the counselor has to confirm the client that he or she will keep in secret, he will keep confidentiality of everything that they will talk. The second stage is data collection. After welcoming the client and knowing his or her identity, now the counselor comes to collect data. The collecting data is to knowing about the problem. The counselor will ask questions which will let him know enough about the problem of the client. The third stage, there is understanding. After listening to the story, the counselor have a certain idea of the problem, and from the understanding, he will or she will ask questions of leading the clients for suggesting some ways of going out the problem, some resolution of the problem. And the last stage is the plan action. The action plan means the client will practically identify what he or she will do for applying what he or she has decided as solutions of his problem. Yeah, this is about definition and the stages of counseling. What is individual and group counseling? These are two ways of listening to people. A counselor can listen to one person or can listen to a group of persons. Let us start by individual counseling. What is it? It is a private talk between the counselor and the client who has a problem. The purpose of individual counseling is to help the client to come out of his situation. What happens in the initial stage? There is a need to discuss the following before and during counseling process. What do we have to discuss? The counselor and client have to discuss about time to be spent and why, identity of the client, and in that identity we have to know the full name of the client, the age, the marital status, educational status, occupational status, employment and income status, religion if possible, physical address, family background, faith, and many other things. Yeah. After saying something about the individual counseling, let us talk about group counseling. The group counseling is a form of counseling in which one or more therapists treat a small group of clients together. Group counseling is a process of education that involves both conscious and unconscious awareness of both past and present life. What are the goals of group counseling? The goal of group therapy is the transformation of personality structure, of the behavior, and of the way of thinking. During the process of group counseling, clients have to learn to trust oneself and others, to achieve self-knowledge and develop a sense of one's unique identity, to make specific plans for changing certain behaviors and commit oneself to follow these plans, to learn how to approach others with care, with concern, with honesty and directness or sincerity. What are the advantages and weaknesses of a group counseling? Advantages. It saves time and money. The presence of other clients and the interaction that take place is very therapeutic. Groups are source of reinforcement. Participants can explore their state of or ways of relating with other members in the group. The group provides understanding and support. What are the weaknesses of the group counseling? We identified two. The first one, group therapy may not allow expression of deep differences of some issues in life. Although the group may be encouraging, it cannot provide the security of the individual session. Somebody can doubt if all members will really keep the secret of his story, so he can hide some other aspects, and it prevents the healing. The second one, some group members can monopolize the discussion or the sharing. What are the strategies of counseling? We can use brainstorming, case studies, role play, reading, writing, panel discussion, individual work, group presentations, and telling stories. What about the main characteristics of group counseling? Group counseling has preventive and remedial aims. Means it has the purpose of preventing some bad behavior, some bad thoughts, or it heals some bad behavior, bad thought, and bad feelings. Those are some of the characteristics. Others are group counseling is a growth-oriented, means it leads people to grow or to change from a stage to another one, or to improve some practices in life. What about the opening and closing group session? You know, when we plan to have many sessions of counseling, let us talk just how to open any session. It may be the first, the second, or the third, up to the last, and how to close it. This is necessary to know. How somebody can open and close a group, help members recognize. The way somebody open or close the group, this helps the members to recognize their role in determining the outcome of the session. For the opening session, it is better to use exercises as icebreakers in building trust, helping members deal with their expectations and fears, and clarifying their personal goals. We can also ask participants to state briefly what they want to get from the session, means their expectation. This is also done in the first session. About closing the session, these closing skills are essential for the group leader. They bring unity to the group in experience and consolidate the learning that has occurred during the session. The key in closing a session is to build a bridge between the session and members' daily lives. Challenge members to apply what they have learned to their everyday lives. What is the procedure of the session? I can talk only about the first session and the last one. The first session, the counselor encouraged members to attend all the sessions. Each member has to be committed to attend. If they have agreed to have 10 sessions, so it is good for each one to attend all the sessions. The second thing, the group leader or the counselor prepare group members by structuring the group and orienting the members. The group leader encourages members to introduce themselves. And once again, like the way we say in individual counseling, each one will say his names, family members, parents, he'll talk about parents, even grandparents, the siblings. Are they male or female? Do they all live together? What he or she does in life? And during the introduction, all the information given by the members about themselves is quite relevant to the leader, because the leader can identify some problems, some fragility, weaknesses, or strength of each group member by understanding the environment and background of each one. May they remember that God's presence is among them. We know that Jesus said, where 2 or 3 are gathered, I'm among them. So let group members know that what they will talk, what they will share, God is the one who is hearing better, and He is the one who brings the solution, the proper solution. What do we do in the last session? If we had even 15 sessions, what we will do in the last one? May the group leader ask at which level members were satisfied throughout all the sessions. Were they satisfied or not? Were the 10 sessions enough according to what should be shared? Is it necessary to add 1 or more sessions based on their need? The leader or the counselor can ask each one to share his or her what he took from all the sessions. The counselor can ask participants how they considered other members' interactions. He can ask if the group, he can ask observations they have from the sessions, and himself, the leader, can also give his own observations. He will ask if the sessions they have finished were not enough. Can they agree to add other sessions? So that one will depend on their agreement. They can add 1 or 2 more sessions if they agree for that. At the end of all the sessions, the evaluation of group experience and the follow-up. What is about the composition of a group? The leader should consider the gender. The leader has to consider the age and similarity of problems. But this last one, if all do not have the similar problem, we can put people together and each one will talk or will share about his own problem. What about the meeting place? The setting for the group is important. Ensure that it offers privacy, promotes face-to-face interaction, enough room. It is necessary to have enough room, comfortable for members, not noisy, free for interruptions. What is the group size? The group size depends on the population, type of group, experience of leader, and the type of issue to be explored. For young children, they can be 3 up to 6 persons. About teenagers, they can be 6 to 8 or 9. But adult people can be from 8 to 10 or even 12 or 15. Means it depends on the age of the group members. What is the frequency and length of meetings? Typically, groups meet once a week, but this is not a must. For children and adolescents, shorter sessions with more frequent meetings are effective. Children can meet for 30 or 40 minutes twice a week. For adults, weekly meetings about 2 hours is so workable. What is the leader's function in the group? The first one is the modeling. Means the attitudes and the behavior of the leader has an impact on the group. Therefore, model interpersonal honesty, respect, and being spontaneous is important for the leader. It affects the group members. The group members will learn from the leader. The interactions and means the teacher leads or teaches from his interaction, the effective interactions and the way he is relating with people. The second function of the leader is helping identity goals. Means the leader has the responsibility of getting members involved in the group. Members get involved when they are working towards achieving group and personal goals. So it is the leader who has to show and to lead them in identifying goals. What are the main questions during a counseling session? It may be an individual or group session of counseling. These are some of the questions. The first one, for knowing the problem, the counselor has to ask what happened. This can take several meetings before the whole story has been told. So the counselor asks many other questions to help the client tell the story. What happened can come many times. The second main question is, how did you feel? This question helps the client to express the emotions, because when somebody is traumatized, emotions are affected. This question can come back many times when the client is telling story and how he or she was wounded. The other question is, what was the hardest part of the event? Or what hurt you more? So maybe the client will tell about the pain he or she got from the bad event. And lastly, one among the main questions is, what do you think can help you to change this situation? And that is the main purpose, because when we are in counseling session, the main goal is to bring the client to change his position, his behavior, his way of thinking, feelings, and whatever. So, we have talked about counseling, individual, group counseling, and the main questions in counseling. Let us once more have a small break before we move to our last part of this presentation. Thank you.